Hello, my dear friends. Today we are going to study Sangam Literature, the golden age of Tamil poetry. So, without wasting any time, let's delve into the chapter. So, Sangam Literature, it is known as the golden age of Tamil poetry. And why are we studying the Sangam Literature? Because we, as students of Calicut University, have this chapter in our VAC, Value Added Course. So, in value added courses for sciences, the one chapter is a compilation of three poetries which dates back to the Sangam era. Those three poetries are What She Said by Devakulathar from the collection Kurundogai, and What She Said by Kabilar from the collection Akananuru, and one poetry from Ulojanar from the collection Natrine. So all these three poetry collections come into the Sangam literature, the golden age of Tamil poetry. So what is Sangam literature? Sangam literature is historically known as the poetry of the noble ones. It represents the earliest non-literary tradition of South India. This extraordinary body of classical Tamil poetry emerged from legendary literary gatherings around Madurai in the ancient Pandya kingdom. Though there are arguments regarding the period of the historical Sangam period, it was based on the linguistic, archaeological, historical evidence. Everyone agrees on one point that it is the most flourishing era of Tamil literature. Sangam canon. While studying about Sangam canon or Sangam literature, it is important or significant to note down the structure and the themes of Sangam literature. So, to quote, there are 18 greater texts in Sangam age. So, during the Sangam age, there were 18 anthologies which were considered as the greater text. That's it. So, along with the greater text, there were grammar works as well. So, their 18 greater texts are known as Padinen Melkanaka, and the grammar treatise is called as Tolkapiyam, which is written by Tolkapiyar. This 18 greater text, which is also known as Padinen Melkanaka, is further divided into two. One, Ettuthogai, and the second one is Pattupat. Ettuthogai denotes the 8 anthologies. Those are comprise diverse poetic forms exploring the personal emotions and societal values across the Tamil literary tradition. Whereas Pattupatta, which is in English read as Pattupatta, are the 10 idols that celebrate specific regions, rulers, and landscapes. They are serving as cultural guides to ancient Tamil civilization and prosperity. So, one thing we have to keep in mind is that all the 3 poems that we are going to study comes under this Ettuthogai, which are the 8 anthologies that celebrate or that delve into the personal emotions and societal values. Now we have Tinai. Tinai means sections. So, for most importantly, there are 2 major themes in the Sangam literature. One is called Agam and second is called Puram. So, Agam literature deals with interior themes, means the themes that are inside the human being, the emotions, especially love, family relationships, etc. Next comes the Puram Tinai, which is dealing with the exterior themes. So, the exterior themes means the emotions that are outside or the achievements that are outside the human body or emotions. So, the Puram Tinai deals with heroism, most probably heroism, war. So, there are 3 Sangams, and the Tamil tradition speaks of 3 legendary literary academies. Though some scholars are arguing that the first 2 Sangams were mythical rather than historical, because we only found evidences for the 3rd Sangam. So the first Sangam was lasted over 4,400 140 years, and it was decided, or it was believed, that the Sangam, first Sangam, which is in English called as group, it was presided by the deity Shiva and his son Murugan and the 545 sages, including the Agastya. So it was situated in the southern modern Madurai, which was later consumed by the sea. In the second Sangam extended over 3,700 years, and it was chaired by Agastya. So in this academy, in the second Sangam, we can only see the references or the two books, Agatyam and Tolkapiyam. Agatyam is a book or a work written by Agatya, and Tolkapiyam is a book written by Tolkapiyar, which deals with the Tamil grammar. Now comes the third Sangam, for which we have the evidences. And it is believed that it lasted for more than 1,850 years, and it was situated in the northern Madurai. It was comprised of 449 poet scholars who created the surviving anthologies that we study today. So all the three poetry that we are going to study in this VAC portion belongs to this third Sangam. So after the Sangam age, the literature faded into obscurity, and it was some monasteries near the Kumbakonam district. They preserved these palm leaf manuscripts, and these palm leaf manuscripts were retained, compiled and studied and then published by Dr. U.V. Swaminathan Iyer. So U.V. Swaminathan Iyer, around 5 decades, he undertook extensive travel across Tamil Nadu, locating, compiling and publishing these palm leaf manuscripts that had been scattered and forgotten. So his tireless effort led to the revival of the ancient Tamil history, because most of the historical documents that we have today have some kind of point of views, and some people might not be mentioned over there and all. But literature traps the history within an aesthetic framework. So from these Sangam literatures, we get detailed accounts of the Chera, Chola, Pandya kingdoms, and the stories of legendary Tamil chieftains such as Pari, and rich descriptions of Sangamira landscapes, culture and daily life, the sophisticated literary conventions and poetic traditions, etc. So the historical significance and dating are obtained through the linguistic evidence, which is obtained by the analysis of the archaic Tamil forms, vocabulary and grammatical structures. Then the numismatics records, which means the coins and inscriptions mentioning the rulers, trade and dynasties referenced in Sangam poetry validate historical context and connections. There were archaeological findings across the Tamil Nadu, and there were stone inscriptions and cave writings, which we call as epigraphic data. So all these findings and all these historical things are supported or backed up by particular evidences. We have evidences for each and every argument. So now we are moving on to the notable works of this period. So you can see the title, Akananuru. So already we have stated what is Agam. So Agam means it's a theme. It is the interior theme, which means love. And Nanura means 400. So Akananuru is a collection of 400 profound love poems. And also they are using nature metaphors to communicate the full spectrum of romantic experience. Next comes the Purananuru. Puram means the exterior themes such as heroism, and Nanura means 400. So Purananuru deals with the 400 heroic poems celebrating valor, kingship, ethical living, etc. Next comes Natrine. So the Natrine structured around 5 distinct Tamil landscapes. Actually, there are 5 different Tamil landscapes, and these 5 are known as Kurinji, Mullai, Marudam, Neidal and Palai. Kurinji means the hilly areas or the mountainous areas. And then comes the Mullai. Mullai means agricultural lands or pastoral lands. Next comes Marudam, and Marudam means wet agricultural lands. Next comes Neidal. Neidal is coastal lands, which is connected with sea and the people living over there. And the last one is Palai, and Palai means dry or wastelands. So all these 5 Tamil landscapes are having different functions in Sangam era literatures, each one representing different moods and context. And apart from that, we are also going to study Kurundogai. Kurundogai is also one of the anthologies we can find in Ettutogai. We already stated what is Ettutogai. So, in among that 8 anthologies, Kurundogai is one among them. And Kurundogai, you can find evidences of Kurundogai poems in different cinematic songs in Tamil. For example, one of the prominent Tamil song which comes in Iruvar, Narumugi Narumugi. It was an inspiration from a poetry from Kurundogai. And also one song from Bogan, Sendura, and it was also an inspiration from different Kurundogai poems. So, Kurundogai, the word means little poems or short poems, which means all the poems in the collection will be having 8 to 9 lines, not more than that. So, all those poems are little, small, tiny, but the meaning they communicate is literally higher. So, we have a general idea regarding what is Sangam literature, and the general idea regarding what are the themes and what we call them, the terms, the ideologies, etc. Now, we can see what are the 3 points that we have to study and what are the major points to look on in the next video. Thank you.